Hey, how do you like that one, Jatobi? You know, we're before a not live audience here at IBM TV. Welcome everybody to Gamers Den. It's good to have Jatobi here because we need a subject matter expert, and it looks like the subject matter expert on Bull City Gaming has arrived, which happens to be you, which certainly isn't me. So, oh boy, you have everything together. I'm glad somebody knows what they're doing around here. You know. So what are we looking at? Are you muted? Let's unmute you. Can't unmute because they've chosen to mute themselves. That's what it says. You're muted. We can't hear you. Got to press the unmute button. Unmute button. There you go.
That's weird. Can you, because the main PC or the main the gaming PC is the one that actually, let me make sure that the microphone is set up correctly. That's why. Oops, wrong camera. Got to. Okay, but either way, while I'm fixing this this microphone setup, for some odd reason the microphone changed on the actual when I set up this whole OBS setup. So in the video game world, oh wow, that audio is wild.
Yeah, the audio is reverbing for some reason. I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, this is strange.
Let me see. Now try it. Oh, now we can't hear you at all. Okay, your audio is going through your other stream.
Yeah, that's wild. It's not supposed to be shutting. Oh, did this fall out? My microphone on my other PC dropped out for some reason. Now it should be fine.
Well, we still hear you, but it's like reverbing.
Yeah, I was fixing that. Now it should be fine.
Now it's fine. Okay.
All right. There we go. Oh, that was strange. For some odd reason, the microphone input dropped out.
Yeah, and Ankit's supposed to join us, but he's having some bandwidth issues in New Delhi, India. So gotcha. I don't know if he's going to be able to join us or not. Mark's on the other show. They're trying to finish up Podcasters Thursday.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for the people. But you can go ahead and get started. Because,
yeah, definitely.
Because, you know, Mark will eventually join us. He always does.
Yeah, he does.
Getting him. Wait just a minute. Mark has arrived. It's good to have Mark here. Mark Lee, everybody.
I like the applause.
Hey, listen, you know, we're here in front of a dead audience. Or a live
Nick's
audience.
having way too much fun with the applause button. Nick is just enjoying that applause button all over the place. So he's found a new toy.
I found a new toy.
I know that you know about new toys. You love new toys as well, and Nick has found a new toy.
I have, and the thing is, it's just it's just way too much, you know. So I can even do background music. It's really cool. So,
were you guys able to download the game Among Us?
I was not, unfortunately, but I will.
So that was actually going to be the game that we were going to play today.
Well, let's look at the game Among Us. Wonder if we can get the game on here. It's showing here. Can we get this on? There we go. There we go.
Yep. It's a very small game. It came out in 2018. Nobody really had heard of it or really even cared about it back in 2018. Even in 2019, it was really a very obscure small game by a very small developer called Innersloth. As a matter of fact, the crazy thing about this game is they were in the plans of releasing an Among Us 2 because Among Us hadn't really taken off until earlier this year. Matter of fact, a couple of months ago, is when it started picking up steam, and then this month, well, September,
even though it's October 1st. September is really when it just exploded and became the number one game people were playing online and people were watching. And The Guardian actually did a story on it, talking about how it was the perfect game for the situation that we're in terms of being stuck in the house and not being able to, really get out. But it's a perfect party, social, fun game, because the whole point of the game is all you're doing is trying to figure out who on your ship of 10 crewmates is the killer. That's it.
So we can blame Nick for everything. He did it. Nick did it.
And see, this is why I was hoping that everybody got a chance to download and play and at least play some of the game, because it's really fun. Nick, I think you would actually enjoy this game.
It's quite possible. Show me how it's played. I've never seen it. Show me how it's played.
So it's really simple. As you can see, they give you the instructions. Oh, let me change my name real quick. But they give you simple instructions. All you do, you're a team of 10, 4 to 10 players. You can move with the mouse. You can move with the keyboard as well if you want to. It's played on the computer as well as your Android or iOS devices. You're supposed to complete a bunch of different tasks. As you complete the different tasks in the different rooms, there's somebody going around killing people. And then if you see a dead body, you have to report it. If you think you found somebody who killed somebody, you have to report it. But that's it. And they tell you to be quiet while you play the game. But everybody talks if you're in a group, because you're trying to throw people off of, hey, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. So they give you this chat session actually when you're playing online, actually even when you're playing locally. But this whole chat session is where you're trying to
report people. So I don't know whether you can like this game, because like I said, you'll probably be sitting there not liking folks and not reporting folks. So you'd be letting the murderer get away with it. So I'm thinking you might let the murderer get away with it.
So yeah, so my character, of course, is this orange guy here. I have an antenna on my head. I can go over here to the computer and get a different setup if I want. Oops. So I can change the color if I need to. Different people choose different colors or particular about different colors. I can change the hat. It's Halloween, so I might as well do a pumpkin. If I got a pet, I could do that. I can put pants on if I wanted to.
Tell me, what's the benefit or the non-benefit of having a pet? Because like I said, I think that if you're trying to solve a crime, the pet would get in the way.
No, there's absolutely no benefit or anything. There's nothing that you gain by any of the extra attributes that you put on your character. The only thing that it may be a problem is if you turn out to be, or if you become that one that everybody remembers. Oh, it's the guy with the pumpkin on his head, because that's all they remember is the pumpkin on their head. So you're just running around. It's good to be anonymous in a sense. Uh-oh, somebody keeps leaving and joining.
So I'm thinking the one that's bright yellow can be, but so anonymous.
So yeah, see, this is the whole game. There's one imposter among us. So now I've got a bunch of tasks. The tasks are right here, up here where it says admin. And now I've got to run around to the different areas of the ship and do my tasks, all while things are going on. The scary part is, again, there's some imposter here. Somebody found a dead body. So now we got to figure out. This guy here, Daddy is dead. In admin, Green killed him. Brown came out. So now everybody's trying to figure out, okay, who did it?
So in a lot of ways, it's like a modern version of Clue.
It is. And it's hilarious because, for example, somebody voted me out one time and I wasn't even in the room.
Wait a minute. How do you get voted out of a game that you're not in?
It's because people will say, "Hey, I'm going to skip the vote. I don't know who it is." Okay, so they're kicking Green out because he got the most votes. Was he the imposter? He wasn't the imposter, but they said it was Green. So now we keep going to figure out who the imposter is. But see, I'm scared now because the imposter's still around.
You don't know that. You have no idea who it is, and just what's the card for?
That's part of. Somebody called an emergency meeting. Vote Brown, vote Brown. Everybody's calling vote Brown now.
So they think Brown's the imposter.
Yep. So we're gonna try this Brown.
Brown, are you the imposter?
We're gonna see. So the whole point is basically you want to vote out the imposter. If the imposter can get down to him or that person and another individual on the ship, then the imposter wins. And
well, right, Brown's gone.
Yep, he was the imposter.
Peace was the imposter.
But that is the whole game. And it is the number one game being played right now.
Wow. So what happened when you threw out Green? Did you kill him? I mean,
yep.
So Green was innocent, just as I know.
Yes.
Green was
innocent, but he died in space because he went out to space, and you're not going to survive in space. So that's correct. So we killed an innocent person, Nick. So
I thought you could change the game a little bit and call it lawyers among lawyers. And they go, oh well, guy's innocent. He died. Too bad. Off he goes into outer space. A horrific death, but it didn't matter. We got it wrong. Too bad.
Hey.
You could call it, rather than Among Us, you just say, legal.
Nick, that would give a whole nother meaning to the Innocence Project, because if that was the case and you've already killed them and everything, then there's no way that you can actually do the DNA testing or any of that other stuff where they get them off in the Innocence Project. So like I said, I think that in this game, the Innocence Project becomes a moot point, because even if they're innocent, we have no proof that they're innocent. Other than the fact that the game is over.
No, I totally understand that. I mean, it would be a real problem. They want you to be quiet while they're voting. It's like a grand jury. We call it grand jury. They're off.
So now we got to figure out I'm supposed to go to the office building, the weapons building, and O2 energy area. There's electrical. You've got a map that you can look at. Oh, there's something down there. But the scary part again, when you're all alone and then you see somebody, because what will end up happening is you might be, that person that you first see might be the one to end up taking you out.
Right.
Oh, it's not letting me empty the garbage. I got to do something else first.
So you're sitting there trying to figure out where you're going, and now you're going somewhere. All right, you're lost.
Oh. Yep, I'm lost. Oh, there's a weapons area. I got to go in there. I know I have to do that. Oh,
you gotta go in the weapon. Still trying to figure out where you're going. Hey, Nick, I just had an idea, because you know all kinds of important people and everything, but I'm not sure that he can manage this game. But I'm thinking right now that Nick, since you know all kinds of important people, can you call the person that's currently occupying 1600 and see if he can come and join us and play the game? Because I think Jacoby can beat him in this game, because I'm not sure whether he has enough knowledge to be able to handle Among Us. So I'm not sure whether he can handle this game.
Actually, we've already contacted him, and 1600 Pennsylvania has been non-responsive, counselor. Just to let you know. No, it's not like we didn't reach out to him. We did, but he's been non-responsive. I think he's busy right now doing something. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't seem like it's very important. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh, well. Oh, but we are going to have a senator on IBM TV, Senator Lemieux. It's going to be on IBM TV. But this is pretty funny, because we could tweak it a little bit, and then when they have a vote and the guy's about to get prosecuted, say, "Oh, I want a lawyer," and the lawyer shows up. They go, "No, I want a good lawyer." They get rid of that lawyer and bring another one on.
You're just dumping lawyers into space now.
Why not? I mean, we got to make a living somehow.
It could be a whole other game. But you
The
know,
whole entire game.
Hey, look at there. Somebody voted for me, and I wasn't even there.
I know.
yeah, you were,
That's what I like. Retweak the name of the game called the
no
Justice
one was
System.
ejected. So no one was ejected.
Mhm.
Nope, nobody was ejected because
They all
nobody.
stayed on the ship and everything. That's amazing. They all stayed on the ship and nobody got ejected at all. That's just fascinating. Jacoby, I know that you probably were watching the debate as well. So I'm thinking we could have used some of these buttons for the debate. Like maybe we could have been called an emergency meeting when folks
Oh my
were
goodness.
talking over each other.
Oh my goodness. That wasn't even a debate. That was just one guy who just wouldn't just. I literally felt when he said "shut up." I felt that.
I agree. I think we should have had the gamers maintain the debate. Y'all could have done a better job of moderating than what was going on. So I'm thinking the gamers could have moderated.
Well, I don't know if we would have moderated it. We would have sat there and played Fortnite the whole time, or this. Pushing somebody on the, because this game, in this level, you push somebody into the lava.
Oh wow!
Well, we would have had a mute button, so we could have muted.
Yes.
See, now Bob is getting kicked into the lava.
Oh,
So, are you playing this real time with other people, Jacoby?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an online game. It's $5 for the PC, and it's free for the Android devices.
Okay.
so unfortunately, I've got my laptop and not my PC, and I think that was the issue and everything. But I'll try it again on the laptop, and I think it was giving me a hard time for whatever reasons. But you have your PC, Nick, and you want to try to? I don't know how long a download takes, but maybe you can have it if that's going to be a two-man game, and you and Jacoby can go head to head if you got your PC with you.
Well, I'd rather watch backstage. I mean, I've never seen this played. Like I said, when gamers, let's see, when I was leaving university, the game that they were playing was Pong and
Oh yeah.
Miss Pac-Man. So anything beyond Pong and Miss Pac-Man, I haven't seen.
Yeah, I know you're lost and everything. I understand. I'm not far behind you in that category. By the way, and this is actually for the lawyer in the room, since I'm going to be covering as comedy fool and everything. But Jacoby, I think we may have a case for a patent case because the show that we air here every Monday is called Gamers Den. Nick is starting to do another show called Lawyers Den. So I think he kind of stole your name. So I think that's what went on. So we've got two dens going on.
Absolutely true. I saw the popularity of Gamers Den, and I thought, well, we'll have Lawyers Den. So we have another show for lawyers on Monday night, Lawyers Den. It's not as interesting, though, yet. Give it some time.
See the fun tasks you get to complete? Now we just got to do the same thing in Lawyers Den, though.
But you don't understand. In Lawyers Den, you complete a task, then you find somebody you can bill. See, I see these guys completing a task, but I don't see any bill going out. So, I don't get this. We'll have to modify the game. So once you complete a task, you send out a bill, and then you try to collect the bill. I mean, that's kind of like what you do in Lawyers Den.
Maybe that's where we kick the people into space, where they don't pay the bill.
There you go. That'd be good, Mark. You send them a bill not paid. Off to space you go. You got to pay your legal bills. I mean, come on.
All right, they're banking on yellow right now.
So they said yellow did it. I told you, yellow's kind of a bright color, so I'm thinking yellow might have done it. Are there a amount of times that you can have the imposter? Because it looks like there's a running count. So if you, how many imposters can you not find before you lose the game? I guess is what I'm asking.
So if you start in a room, I mean, there's either between 1 and 3 imposters. The way this one, yellow was the imposter. That means we killed 5 other people who weren't.
Okay, now when you get victory, what happens? What you just win. That's it?
You just win. That's it.
You don't collect any money or anything like that?
Nope.
Ah.
Nick is already not liking this game. Nick is a money man. He wants to have games where he wins money, even though
That's why I
Nick,
played chess. I
I
played
was gonna
chess
say every time
tournaments.
you
We
play
won money.
chess, do you have
So-
bets going on when you
No,
play chess?
no. What happens is this, Mark. You actually pay an entry fee to go play in a tournament. Let's say you pay $25, $50. You win first prize. You win the chess tournament. You make $400. Okay, I mean that was what I did when I was in college and high school. Because in high school and college they allowed you to go play chess tournaments for money, and I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And that's what I did.
So
What can I tell you? But they didn't have video games out there, and you had to go live and all that stuff. It was a whole different world back then.
So there
Well,
are.
That's
There
what I'm going to ask.
are.
Are there tournaments that are paid tournaments in Among Us? I'm imagining there are, Jacoby, but where would they find those contests if there was somebody like Nick that wants to get money every time that he plays a game because he's not trying to do it just for the fun of it. He wants to have a monetary reward.
There you go.
I mean, in terms of winning money, that's what esports and is all about. And these kids win tons and tons of money playing these games. For example, I don't think that they have a setup for Among Us yet in terms of figuring out, okay, how much money can you win, or how do you form it into an esport. It's probably out there, because if you're the imposter, you could win all the money. If you're not the imposter and you stay on, how do you divvy up how do you split amongst the other 9 people if you win, or if it becomes down to 4 people? So, I mean, Among Us would be tough in terms of an esport, but
Right.
in terms of everything else, there's tons of ways. Right now, I've got I've got a Fortnite tournament, a Rocket League tournament that I'm hosting. I've got a League of Legends tournament that I'm hosting, and they all give away money. Some kids have won tons and tons of money from playing from Rocket League to Rogue Company to Counter-Strike Go. People have won millions upon millions of dollars. Even more than the amount of tax that somebody paid.
Understood.
So you mean they won more than $750?
Yes.
Excuse me.
So that raises the question, and I know that Nick is a business owner, but he's one of the founders of IBM.TV and everything. But for somebody that is a business owner and a business person that might want to either run or start a tournament, what are the steps? So, like, if Nick wanted to get into the gaming business, or if he wanted to invest in your current things that you're doing, Jacoby, because I know you're always looking for investors, and Nick sometimes looking for things to invest in. So, how would one get involved in that game?
Did y'all just see that? I was killed.
That wasn't nice. That's because you're talking to Mark.
Oh, so this is what happens once you're killed. You can
You're
float
a
around as a
ghost?
ghost and see everybody else. But
Oh,
it was the red guy who killed me,
why did they kill you?
because that was the imposter.
Oh, you were the imposter.
No,
No, he's the dead
Ashley,
body
the
now.
red guy here was the imposter. I was doing my tasks.
He was doing his task and got
So
killed.
coming back to the question, if somebody like Nick or others want to get involved in the gaming world and they wanted to host an event, or if they wanted to invest in you hosting an event, how would they go about doing that?
So there are multiple different ways to do that. For example, okay, if you look at like the big prize money that's been given away, that's something that I cannot do, because I mean, actually, I would have to reach out to you, Nick, and ask for some legal help, because what ends up happening is, before I go into the tournament side of things, you have to check out the community bylaws that you have to abide by, because the developer doesn't want you making money off of their product. So what ends up happening, for example, I was hosting an a Fortnite tournament last year. I technically cannot call it a Fortnite tournament, because then Epic feels that people would be confused and think that the tournament was related to Epic and that they were putting it on.
Right.
So they said that I could not call it a Fortnite tournament. I had to call it a tournament featuring Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, Then I have to look at the community rules on how much money can I give away per tournament. According to, for example, Psionic, the most that you can give away in a calendar year is up to $20,000.
Okay.
The most you can give away per tournament is $5,000.
Right.
So if you go above that, of course, Psionic, who owns Rocket, or the developer for Rocket League, but now the owner of Rocket League is Epic, so it's a whole new legal battle. If you go past that, then they'll send you they'll send you a cease and desist order,
Right.
and they also are ones that say you cannot do a Rocket League tournament. It has to be a tournament featuring Rocket League. Some of the other ones say you cannot use the terminology championship. If you do championship, that takes away from theirs.
Right.
So all those community rules you first have to look into. Then you have to turn around and say, okay, what level, well, how much money can I give away? How do I want to be able to put it on? So there's a lot of thought put into it, but in terms of jumping into it, especially not being a gamer or within the gaming community, the best thing to do would be to, yes, tag along with, a company that is already seen by the gamers as reputable and not having any ill intentions of stiffing them, because there are a ton of with the amount of money that's given away with these guys. For example, in a League of Legends tournament, you can win upwards of part of a $34 or $30 million prize pool. You don't want to be stiffed on that money. Or if you're in that lower end and want to give away, that $5,000, that's still a lot of money, and people have been stiffed for that. And so these gamers are very, very fickle about who they can trust.
Right.
So, so as an outside investor, the best thing to do would be to jump on to one of the tournament organizers who's got some type of reputation within the community of, okay, well, the gamers can trust him, so I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play in whatever tournament he puts on.
Yeah. Do the people who are gamers, do they pay an entry fee like they do in chess tournaments to go win the prizes? That
depends on what game it is. That all goes into the community guidelines. For example, if you, with Blizzard games, for the most part, again, it goes down to the developers do not want you to make money off of their game. So they want you not to have a entry fee on pretty much anything. There are ways around that. However, they do not want you to say, okay, we're having a tournament featuring Overwatch and then charge a $20 entry fee. The way that they send you their package, their whole package says that, okay, you can he ended up winning because he killed everybody except for the last person. What they want you to do is pay the player's entry fee or have no entry fee. If you're having a LAN tournament, you're supposed to bring the players in and pay for their hotel fee, and also give them a stipend for food and travel. But that's, of course, if you're on those higher end, bringing in, your Team Clouds or some other of the big name teams that are out there. But yes, for a outside investor or anybody who wants to jump into the gaming world, best thing is to find a tournament organizer that you can trust. Work with that tournament organizer to build a brand or build a set of tournaments that you want to work around, and then go from there.
Now, Jacoby, are most of these tournaments now going virtual? Like, I know I was in a conversation earlier today with an event that usually would be in person, but it's gone virtual because of COVID and a number of other things. I'm imagining that most of these tournaments are now virtual, but I know when you did your eSport event in the past, it was in person over there in a restaurant or area that was outside of the ballpark. But I'm thinking that the ones that you're doing now are online. So is that increasing your audience base? Because I'm also thinking that if you're doing it virtually, you can also have contestants from around the world.
So virtual, I mean, the beauty of esports, unlike any other sport, is that you can have people from everywhere play. And everywhere can technically be on that same playing field. Yes, you're going to have some dominant players. The Rocket League tournament that I just recently held, A team out of UNC Charlotte played in it, but they were the best team to play. UNC Charlotte isn't the best team all around, but they were the best team in that tournament, and they jumped into play. In the Fortnite tournaments, I have a kid who is placing really high in all the Fortnite tournaments that Epic puts on. He's out of Canada. He decided to play in my tournaments and just have fun, but he's a dominant player in comparison to everybody else. Some of the other players get mad that he plays in it, but just like everybody else, he's welcome. And that's the beauty of esports, is that, yes, you can play with anybody, you can play with the top tier players, unlike any other sport. With your question about does it increase the audience being an online tournament? Not really, because you have the opportunity, yes, to reach out to a few people online, but even those people online can still play in those LAN tournaments that you host. So it's a yes and no thing. It's kind of tough to say, well, it's only this way. But yeah, everybody's pretty much gone online, from DreamHack to even the Epic Games tournaments to the Apex Legends. All of them have gone online due to the virus, and because of, again, it being esports and everything being played on computer, console, or phone or mobile device, it's an easy switch in comparison to everything else. You don't have to create a bubble. You can just tell people, okay, stay at home, go play on your computer, and you can win $100. And that bleeds out because everybody, as long it all boils down to if that community can trust you. If they can, they will play in your tournament and win a couple of dollars. Like the Fortnite tournaments that I've been hosting, the monthly ones that I was hosting, the weekly ones that I was hosting just recently, it was $5 per win. So if you ended up winning a match, you got $5. Well, that kid who's a dominant pro Fortnite player, he was playing in them and only winning $5, even though he goes to the Epic ones and wins hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars playing in these tournaments. So yes and no in a sense. It's just the growth and the trust of the tournament organizer and the community. It's a relationship.
And is there skill sets within these tournaments and everything? Because I'm like thinking, you're talking about this guy that's in Canada who's amazing and apparently is like a super pro and everything. But me and Nick would probably need the beyond beginners category. So I want to know if there's like skill sets in these tournaments so that like we're not destroyed by the veterans, but maybe we can play and still win some sort of money if it's nothing but $1 or $2. So are there like levels is what I'm asking. I said skill sets, but I meant levels.
Yes. In every single one of these games, there are levels to every game that you play. Rocket League right now is one of the bigger ones on the market just because it went free to play. It's been one of the cornerstones of esports for a little bit now. But Epic bought Psyonix, so that means Psyonix is Rocket League went to the Epic store when it was on Steam and everything else. Psyonix had it selling for about $19-20, but then it goes to Epic. Now it's free to play. It's one of the ones that has a huge tier system, just like all the other games that are out there. You can set your tier system however you want it. So, for example, I can check out my career stats, and I can see how long I played. And let me go back real quick.
Hey, wait a minute. I need you to go back to your stats because
my stats are horrible.
I was going to say, Jacoby, you're supposed to be the pro, and you're like 43.6%. You're doing horrible over there. So,
I'm horrible. So here, I'm not even ranked, as you can see. I'm still learning to play this game. It's a lot of fun to play. It is a ton of fun by far. But as you see on the right-hand side there, you see it goes from Bronze 1 all the way up to Supersonic Legend, which they just introduced when they took it from the Steam store or the the 1999 to the free to play, which is now on Epic. Because what ended up happening, the amount of time that this has been out, they've only had that top level being at Grand Champion, and there was no Grand Champion 1, 2, or 3. There was just the Grand Champion level, and there were more people getting there. But once they added in this 1, 2, and 3, and then a Supersonic Legend, again, that becomes a larger challenge for people, and that keeps people wanting to attain and play hard and get your level up. But it's just in terms of levels that you'd play at a tournament, you can host we're going to have a gold level tournament in Rocket League, so anybody who is gold and below can play in it. Anybody platinum and above can't. So some tournaments do that. Me, I like having everybody in because I figure I want people to keep that social aspect there, because that's a big thing that not only in life and society as a whole that we need is that social aspect and meeting people that we can see as, okay, well, he looks like me, he's trying hard like me, and he's already at Grand Champion. I'm sitting at silver, so you know what, I can reach that. But the social aspect of gaming is huge. I had talked with a gentleman out of Chicago who was one of the guys who was starting Combo Breaker, which is one of the biggest fight tournaments in the States. And one of his biggest things when he talks about LAN tournaments, the big draw about a LAN tournament is the fact that you get to meet and have fun with people. And with the communities that I built, these gaming communities that I built, through my little time just trying to build this whole esports thing here in this area, is talking to the community members. That's what they enjoy, because you've got like-minded people that you can chit chat with, you can talk junk with, not really be bullied by, even though it's a toxic environment and you've always got to stay on top of that. But you can talk with, you can have fun with, you can relate with. And that's a huge thing about gaming as well. And that's the big push that I've always made with everything that I've done. So yes, the LAN tournaments with that, and the skill levels, they're all there that can be run, and you can find out, okay, well, my skill level, I'm not even at bronze, so if I played a silver level 3, I'm going to get destroyed. I need to find other people that are ranked around my level. So yeah, to answer your question.
So that's what I'm asking. So is there a below bronze level that me and Nick can compete in? Because we're going to be that bad.
Yes, there is. And honestly, you'd find people that are going to be better than you, but you're going to find people that'll be worse than you when you do these skill level searches. When you're unranked, that's what ends up happening. So yeah. You and Nick would be fine jumping on from Fortnite to all the way to League of Legends. You and Nick would fit right in.
Hey, there's Nick on the car right there. I see Nick on the car. Nick.
That's from Rick and Morty.
How did I get on that car anyway?
How did you get on that car? I'm trying to figure that out.
He's able to take my face and put it on the car. So what's the name of this game?
This is Rocket League. It's a great game. Rocket League is for those who are new to esports, who are new to video games and trying to understand what it's all about and what the craze is. This is a great introductory game, and it's great for your casual fan because it's easy to follow and easy to understand what it is. Rocket League is soccer with cars. That's it. You've got either 3v3, 2v2, or 1v1, but all you're doing is playing soccer with cars. Nothing else.
Can you show us how it's played?
Yep, that's what I was going for.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to show us how to play, but one of the things that I know is that
over there.
Nick is a golfer, so we need another version. I know that last time we were talking about maybe adding a cricket element to that game and everything. So can we add a golf element to Rocket League? And then maybe Nick would have a better shot, because I know he's a golfer and he loves the game of golf.
Play golf.
So there are a ton of golf games. There's a VR golf game. Nick, you would love it.
VR.
Oh my goodness. It's called Wii Golf
Okay.
or Wii Golf VR for the PlayStation VR. Phenomenal. No, I'm sorry. Everybody loves golf. Is it everybody? Yeah, everybody loves golf VR. And
okay.
you, when you're in the VR setup, you really feel like you're there. Hey,
Really?
you are
Okay, wow.
sitting out. You hear the birds chirping.
Yep.
The caddy, however, is annoying because what ends up happening is you could shank it into the woods.
Yep.
Nice shot. You'll do better next time. Oh my goodness, and it gets so annoying.
Yeah.
Man,
I got breath.
I did not mean to do that.
So what do we have here? The car's driving around.
So I had accidentally bumped it, and I scored on the goal. Well, I technically didn't, but I was.
Holy
going.
tomatoes! What happened there?
Yeah, that's what happens when you score. Is you get a huge fun explosion.
Oh, you are playing soccer.
Yep.
You
Or they
can
call it
accidentally,
football.
because you can hit it in the other person's goal. Is that correct? If you don't know what you're doing,
Yep.
What do they call this game?
This is Rocket League.
Rocket League. Your car should be on the ground, right?
yeah,
No,
that's the
I gotta
idea.
use my rockets. So what ends up happening here is that because it was once you choose casual, you're able to jump right into a game, and this game was pretty much over. Once a spot freed up, then I was able to go in.
Oh,
But
you're
now
playing.
it's
You're
kind
playing
of
with other people real time. Is that what you're
Yep.
doing?
playing with other people real time.
Okay.
I have no idea why my computer is pinging so high.
There it goes.
So yeah, now it's just a matter of waiting for people to log in.
Now, is that what you're doing now? Waiting for people to log in?
Yep, to make sure that we have a 3-on-3 setup. And now it's off we go.
Go!
They just cut in front of you. Hey, wait a minute. That was a lawyer's move. They just cut in front of you.
Yeah, I know.
Not unusual.
All right, so we're
you
on the
scored.
scoreboard now.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
Was that your team that scored or the other team?
That was my team that scored.
Yeah, it looks like it was your team.
Yep. But the other team tried not to score and accidentally bumped it.
So you're still up 1-0.
Yep.
Now, why are you staying back? Why aren't you going after that?
Soccer. Because if they hit it over me, so like how that's
Right.
I missed.
Oh, you just missed. Try again. Oops. They hit it over you, dude.
Yeah, now I gotta get back.
Get back quickly before they score, right?
Now, if you were playing this game and let's say Nick
There you go.
downloads it and then he decides he wants to try to play
Yeah.
Jacoby, why he would want to do that, I don't know, because that'd be a slaughter. But can you do like you do on other games like Words with Friends and actually locate who you want to play against, or is it all random?
No, you can locate who you want to play with. I missed.
Oops. Better get it out of there. Oh, that didn't work.
So I've got another question for you based on the fact that we've been in the Gamer Den several times and we've heard your son in the background and he's called him to your attention right now. So who's the better gamer, Jacoby? You or your son?
Well, he'll use the tablet, and he's great at the tablet. But see, I try and
Got a straight shot.
got it.
And you got it.
And hey, Jacoby scored. Jacoby scored that.
Good.
Look at there, look there.
So now do you win money?
If we were playing in the tournament that is going live right now, yeah, you could.
And for those that are watching that are like watching around the globe and aren't as big into the gaming community, I know we've got a number of folks on Twitch and stuff that are in the gaming community. But those that aren't like Nick, tell them how much money they could win. Because then Nick might even be more impressed.
Well, it depends on whatever the tournament puts up. So you could win easily from. I thought I was going to have an easy shot. You could easily win from $5 on up to $1 million.
Did you
Wow.
say billion is in a B?
No, million as in an M.
An
At
M.
some point, it will get to $1 billion because the actual esports industry or the gaming industry has put up, in terms of prize pool money, roughly about $1 billion already.
Wow.
Wow. Oh.
So basically, if your son goes ahead and wins one of these tournaments, you don't have to worry about college or his life for the rest of his life. You just go ahead and win the tournament, and everything will be hunky dory. And
That
you
guy
will then
kicked
turn
it
around
right
and
on
buy IBM.TV from Nick.
Mark has it all figured out.
Yeah, I see that. I think Mark has been working on this plan for a while.
Hey, are there Fortnite tournaments where you can win money?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Really?
any esport, any video game out there pretty much has a way to win money off of it
Wow.
because that's the industry right now. There are Fortnite tournaments. There are.
Die.
I went too high. But there are Fortnite tournaments. There are League of Legends tournaments. There are. There's what's that game? Hearthstone, which is a card-based game. Any game out or any video game out there, you can pretty much win money off of
Oh, really? Cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
because that's the way the industry is right now. I mean, it's all
Right.
competitive. I got there before I did.
And it's all ages and all parts of the demographics. Is that correct? Is what we're seeing as far as participants? I think I remember you telling me that before, that we're seeing a number of games that women are enjoying that are also popular, as well as a number of games that are popular in the various socio-demographic categories.
So, yeah, every game has the ability to have anybody play it. Well, roughly about every game has anybody can play any game, be it somebody with a disability to anybody in the world. So, but the problem is not everybody is playing it because you've got the socio-economic challenges that come into play. For example, I'm playing this on a PC. It can be played on a console, but League of Legends, some of the biggest esports games, cannot be played on console. Which, again, if you can't afford a computer, or if you don't invest in a computer, then you're not going to have the ability to play a lot of those games or get the other extra options of, okay, well, I can learn how to code now, or I can create different things to create different apps just for the game and learn how to do different particular things, the extra stuff that comes along with having a computer. But so again, some people just do not invest in a computer. They invest into a console. It's cheaper, it's easier to maintain.
Well, what is better, the computer or the console?
I'm always for a person investing into a PC because of the other opportunities that you have.
Right.
Now, when you say a PC, are we just talking strictly a standard computer, or are you finding that any of these games are also being able to be used on laptops and some of the tablets and some of the other type of computers? Are we thinking that most of these games need to be specifically either on a more standard computer or the phone apps?
So you can have the computer itself. If you're going to have a gaming computer, I mean, you're going to spend a decent amount of money, but it's going to last you for a little while. But it gives you that extra options of being able to learn how to code, learn how to create a video game yourself. There's just tons of opportunities of having a computer. So I'm always a fan of having a computer over having a gaming console. Although I've got a gaming console as well, and gaming consoles are great. So much fun. Like the PlayStation 5 is the PlayStation 5 and the wow, why am I pinging so low? Gotta figure that out. But the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are coming out soon, and because they're coming out soon, I mean you can have fun with a great console. They're fun to have, beautiful. I love consoles, but the problem is they don't give you the extras that a PC has.
Right.
You don't have, again, the ability to code on a console. You can code on a PC.
Yeah.
You can't do engineering on a console. You can do engineering on a PC. You can't learn Microsoft Word or all these other things that'll help you later down the line on a
Right.
console as much as you can learn on a PC.
Right.
So
And I think you're right, Jacoby. And I got my kids computers for the most part rather than the consoles because of what you just said. And then they morphed away from video games into computer engineering, which they could make a lot of money at.
and the thing is, even not morphing away, you can still. I mean, there's just so many things.
Oh yeah, that you can do on a computer. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I'm just wondering if the console gives you a competitive advantage or not. I guess that's my question.
No.
No.
If it doesn't, then I'd go for the PC, of course.
So there's always a battle between console and PC.
Right.
And the PC players, honestly, the PC,
Mhm.
because of having all those extra options, you have the ability to do some extra things on the PC that you can't do on the consoles.
Right.
Because you only have on the controller a particular number of buttons.
Yeah.
On the PC, you can have a ton of buttons with the keyboard. You can have some macros. So I just got lucky right there.
Speaking of getting lucky, I did not catch the last score of the last game. Did you win that last game, or did you lose that last game, or do you even remember?
We lost 4-3.
Is it timed? Is that how the games work? These are
Yep.
timed?
So this one at the top, you can see that there are 4.
Yeah, a little timer that's got
Right. Yeah, you have 3
3:56
minutes and
going.
56 seconds.
I can get it right before I can get there.
You have 3 minutes.
In a 0-0 game. I couldn't get there. But yeah, there's always that console PC war that's always there. Right now, in games like Fortnite, for example, people get upset if you're using a controller because they think that a controller is a little bit easier. But there's, again, there are macros, there are different things that you can put on a PC that you can't put on a controller. Matter of fact,
Hey, Nick, I've seen a couple of hit and run cases in this game and everything, so I think you might have your first cases for the lawyers den. So I've seen a couple of hit and runs, so I think we might have the first case for the lawyers den from the gamers den, because I could be wrong, but I've definitely seen a couple of hit and runs.
They respawn and their car is just fine.
As you can tell, Jacoby tried to be a lawyer too. He's going to try to defend himself. Wait a minute. I thought that was the golden rule of lawyers, was never defend yourself. Right, Nick?
That's
That
true.
was the first thing you're going to teach?
But it looks like Bull City Gaming's doing good here.
They are doing good.
Doing
They're
okay.
up 2-0.
Again, I'm probably in a group that's unranked. Ooh,
I mean, because let's see. Apollo scores. That's one of your people.
yep. Their team did not come out of the goal on that one. I don't know why.
No!
He didn't go.
Somebody thinks it's good.
No!
Yeah.
No! No.
This could be a slaughter, because I don't think the other team has scored a goal yet.
Yeah, my office just dinged me saying I have to go on another meeting at 5 o'clock. I mean, in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Gotcha.
Yeah. So when this thing ends, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
Whew.
Oh, and your guy scored again.
Yeah, I'm on a good team this time.
Yeah, it looks like you're routing them.
It is
I
like
got 2 Apollos there.
this Apollo guy is doing really well. He's giving you all kinds of points. I don't know that you're getting a lot of points, but he's definitely having a great. It's kind of like having LeBron and AD. You don't need much else.
Yeah, they got a stacked team. I hit it the wrong
Yeah,
way.
if they lose this week, like tomorrow, I think we can call this maybe a sweep.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a sweep. I mean, you got nobody.
Well, and two
What
of their
about Miami?
that's what I just said. 2 of their good players are actually hurt, and they don't know if they can stack up because they've lost a lot of players.
That sucks.
I mean, you've got an all-star squad in LA right now.
That's the problem.
Good.
I missed it.
Make it. Make it.
Yes, I missed it. Minute.
In the esports world, that actually just brought me up a good question and everything. In the esports world, do folks ever team up that way? Do they ever put together
Yes.
quote unquote all-star, superstar teams based on
Stacked
like
team.
connecting with other folks the way that the NBA and NFL and other major league sports have done? So do we ever see that happen in the esport world where some of these superstars tag team and work together?
Of course. I mean, people want to win. And what you do is you end up playing not only with your friends, but you end up playing with people you think you can win with. And that's the huge point. I mean, that's the big thing is if there's money on the line, what do you want to do? Do you want to play with your buddies only, or do you want to actually win the money on the line?
Gotcha. And it's also my understanding that some of these people in other sports even will sometimes get involved in esports. So have you seen any of these quote unquote celebrities, whether they're actors or sports figures, that have also jumped on the esports bandwagon?
Yes. I mean, you have tons of people investing in teams. You have tons of people investing in some tournaments. It's huge. Steph Curry is part owner of a team. I mean, it's something that we can all relate with, which is video games. And because we can all relate with the video games from growing up playing video games and more, you have big time players jumping in and investing money here, investing money there because they want to be a part of it. So yeah, Steph Curry owns a team, and you know, tons of other players own teams and own. What was it? Kurt Schilling actually owned a video game company. However, that company went under. It was Avalor King. Was it, The Reckoning. They just re-released it too. Kingdoms of Avalor. The Reckoning is what they re-released, but Kingdom of Avalor was the game that Kurt Schilling had put out. He only invested money into that game, but of course, when Kurt Schilling lost all of his stuff, he had to divest from that company, and that company went under. But of course, Sony again re-released the game. But yes, tons of players are in it. Tons.
So have you had the pleasure of playing against any of these celebrity types or anything? So have you gone and destroyed Steph Curry in a game yet?
Oh no. I don't have that kind of clout yet. Whenever I get that clout in big time, once I'm like Nick, then I think I can get Steph Curry and LeBron James.
Oh, we'll get them there, Jacoby. Don't worry. It's just a matter of time. But it's also time to leave Gamers Den. So we do want to thank Chatovi for giving us another good game, which, like I said, I wish I knew a lot more about these things, but I don't. But thank you very much, Chatovi.
You're
I do
welcome,
know how
Nick.
to do that, and thank you all
Yep,
for
you know how to
watching.
do that and everything. I know you
Gamers
got to run
Den.
off the meeting and everything, and actually we're cutting it a little bit shorter than we do sometimes. But I know you were engineering, and I do appreciate that. But just really quickly, one of the things we do at the end is Jacoby tells us his game of the week. So, what's your game of the week? And then I'll come up with some made up game, and Nick will tell you about Pong.
So my game of the week is actually it's fitting. The game of the week this week is free on the Epic Store. It is a silly little game called Pikuniku. I think that's how it's pronounced. You're a silly little character trying to figure out a conspiracy theory. That's it. Which is fitting coming off of that debate last night or the other night. Because someone just kept spitting out conspiracy stuff. So it's actually a fun, cute game. It's nothing super violent or anything like that. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can bring it up one last time. But yes, that would be my game of the week.
Game of the Gate. Okay, well, thank you, Jacoby, and thank you all
And my
for
game of
everybody
the week
watching.
will be
Gamers
Operation. I'm going to mention Operation because I'm horrible at it, and like I said, I usually pick games that I'm not that good at if I'm not doing Words with Friends. So we're going to go back old school and do Operation. So what's your game of the week, Nick? And then that'll wrap up the show.
I don't. All I do is play chess. But thank everybody coming because I got to run to another meeting. So thanks.